Guys, we have an urgent information coming out. Mystery flash triggers power outage for 100,000 users on Russia's Sakhalin Island after reports of an unexplained bright flash near a local power plant. A massive blackout hit Russia Sakhalin Island, cutting electricity and water for around 100,000 residents. Now, I want to play this video really quick. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Give me a second here. Let me just play this video here. Before I start, give me a second here, guys. Give me a second. I got a bad feeling about the, yeah, I'm going to have to use SpongeBob for this one here. All right, so let's see what's going on with the flash really quick. Wasn't that the meteor? Wasn't that the meteor from yesterday? I think there was a... yeah, I did talk about the meteor from last night. That's strange. And the light went out. You see that? Hopefully I don't get hit with a copyright. But, yeah, the light went out. That's kind of strange. Possibly a transformer. But they're reporting that it's not a transformer, it's just something else. Possibly some kind of EMP test. We're going to find out, guys. In certain areas, they just went pitch black. You got some of the lights on there. But, yeah, we're going to see what's going on with this one here. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support, guys. Your support is what keeps us on air. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much, SpongeBob. There you go. Alright, so by early morning local time, oh, excuse me, I skipped something here. There we go. Late on Monday, Russian media and local telegram channels began reporting a large-scale blackout on Sakhalin Island, a remote region in Russia far east, 90 kilometers, that's 56 miles north of Japan's Hokkaido Island in the Sea of Okhotsk. I truly apologize about the words. Wasn't there something going on there? Oh yeah, there was the Russian Tu bombers out there too. They were patrolling in international airspace not too far from Japan. So there's some stuff going on out there. All right, so there's a possibility it could be a storm, earthquakes, who knows. By early morning local time, as snow fell across the island, much of its southern and central parts remained without power or water. According to regional reports, the outage affected several major towns, including Delny, Povanovsk, Makarov, and I'm going to skip the rest of these names here. You got multiple ones. Hold on, give me a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Even the water supply is impacted. Alright, so it says here, eyewitnesses described seeing a bright flash moments before the blackout, which local media referred to as a light impulse. It says here the flash was observed near the Sakhalin Island TPP-1 combined heat and power plant, prompting speculation about a possible explosion or major technical failure. Now, again, that color looks like Transformer. I seen something like that, and it was like 3 years ago. There was traffic, and there was a lot of rain, and this lightning just struck a transformer and just lit up the sky like green. But this one here, there was no lightning strike. It says here throughout the day, emergency repair crews worked to restore power across the island. Later, Sakhalin Island authorities confirmed that the outage was caused by a break in a lightning protection cable on the high voltage transmission line between two key substations. I had a feeling it was the transformer. Uh, a lightning struck a transformer. So officials estimated that roughly 100,000 people were left without power, electricity. Once again, you have local channels continue to report new power and water outages will well into the night, describing the scale of the failure as massive. 100,000 people lost power. That's crazy. Video footage circulating on Russian social media appeared to show the initial flash that preceded the blackout. Earlier this month, you had the governor of Russia, Belgorod region, warned of potential blackouts during reports of a Ukrainian missile strike. Belgorod region borders eastern Ukraine, Luhansk, Kharkiv, and Sumy regions, and has witnessed frequent hostilities, including occasional ground incursions that started in May of 2023. Once again, the governor warned of a potential Ukrainian missile strike at around 7 p.m. local time, reporting just over 30 minutes later that air defenses had been activated and reported damage to some properties in the city of Belgorod, adding that some settlements in the region were also affected. Now, debris falling into Belgorod ignited a fire in the breeze. Fire crews are working to extinguish the blaze. Windows were shattered at a commercial building, and a roof and facade were damaged. 2 cars were damaged, he wrote. Now, close to 15 minutes later, the governor warned of possible short-term rolling power outages. I don't, guys. I seen Transformer blow up, but again, or lightning strike and stuff like that. But 100,000 people losing power is something kind of strange. So what happened in this region? It had to be more than Transformers. So it says here, local Telegram channel corroborated the reports of blackouts, noting that street lights were out, while traffic lights were working an hour after the original warning. All right. Okay, so we're going to go with the next one here, guys. Give me 1 second. Here's the video. Is there an audio to this? Give me a second here, guys. There's an audio, but it's not like a storm. So you see how this light right now, you see all those street lights? It went off. It doesn't sound like an explosion either, like a drone strike. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. There's another news that's coming out right now. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that one. All right, so give me 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna go on X and see if we can find any updates. Here's some of this news that's coming out right now. So Crane is working to build a fleet of 250 modern fighter jets, including F-16s, Swedish Gripens, and French Rafales, Zelensky announced. Hmm. In other words, this biblical war would never end, and Zelensky will continue being president. Martial law will be extended. All right, so you have France preparing to deploy up to 2,000 troops to Ukraine. Now, French Foreign Legion assault troops stationed in Poland's border region plan to be redeployed to central Ukraine. Now, France rapidly creating hundreds of additional hospital beds to accommodate wounded. Once again, Macron dreams of military intervention in Ukraine, not abandoning hope of being remembered as military leader. If information leaks, France to say it concerns small group of instructors arriving in Ukraine to train mobilized Ukrainian soldiers. We will talk more about this one here, guys. This is a big breaking news. All right, so we are definitely seeing a lot of stuff happening today. All right, so we will continue talking more about that. I'm gonna bring up the information over at the Real GS News. Someone said, if this is true, are the French people prepared to see their soldiers pass in a battle which does not concern them? And it's true. I mean, sending troops out there to Ukraine, again, there will be targets. Russia said they're going to be targets. Give me a second here. Yeah, it seems like this is going to be all of it for now. The big news today is the hurricane. Please pray for the people in Jamaica. This is a 185 mile per hour, category 5. And boy, oh boy, it's very, very, very disturbing. This hurricane is brutal. Hold on, guys. There was a video that was just released by Secretary of War Hegseth. Another boat? What, 2 vessels? Hold on. U.S. Secretary of Defense has announced that yesterday, October 27, 2025, at the direction of the U.S. commander, the U.S. Armed Forces carried out a series of strikes against 4 vessels alleged to be the gangs in the Eastern Pacific. As a result of the 3 strikes, at least 14 suspected of these gangs were taken out, while one survived, being later rescued by authorities in Mexico. According to Secretary Hegseth, the 4 vessels were known by intelligence to be transiting along known narco trafficking routes and carrying some product to the U.S. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, guys, so this is all the information here. I will keep you updated with all this news of nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. But do me a favor, please pray for the people out there in Jamaica. All right, so that's the big one. And I did post a video today. The link will be in the comments box. If you guys want to check it out, give me a second here. The storm is 185 miles per hour. 185. And it's hitting Jamaica right now. So please be safe out there, and please pray, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will keep you updated with all these news here. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till next time later. Peace.